Well, the tax deadline for most Canadians has now come and gone. And if you're behind on filing, you may be facing penalties, but there are a few exceptions. Joining us this morning with more is Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Carrie. Good morning.
Okay, so a lot of people hopefully have filed their taxes on time. Yesterday was the deadline. So what is the penalty if you are late getting your taxes in?
Well, there's two different ways to look at it. If you file late and you owe the money, then you're going to have a 5% penalty just by not filing. And if you were fortunate enough to at least file yesterday, even if you owe the money, then you avoid the late filing penalty, but you don't avoid the interest penalty, which can just keep adding up that 1% per month as you haven't paid what you owe them. So hopefully you filed, and then you can work out how you're going to pay them if you owe them over, the next month or two or whatever it takes you.
Okay, so just to clarify, from the 5% penalty is on money that you would owe, or 5% of what?
Yeah, of what you would owe.
Okay. What are the exceptions? Like if you were late filing, what are the exceptions for people who, there are some people who don't have to file by the deadline?
Well, one would be if they owe you money, that would help. The other one would be, though, if you're self-employed. Now, Carrie, you don't have to be completely self-employed. You could be partially self-employed, where maybe a lot of people getting second jobs and working from home and doing things to supplement that income with these inflation rates and interest rates and everything else. But even if you have a partial self-employment job, your filing deadline isn't until June 15th. But if you owed money, that interest is still going to accumulate on what you owe, but at least you have time to get your act together and get everything put together before you file. So you don't have a late filing penalty until June. So you're okay for a while.
Oh, interesting. And I think you're right. There are a lot of people who have side gigs, maybe like a little side hustle or a side job, or more than one job.
That's your favorite term, side hustle.
Yeah.
You love side hustle. I love that.
Well, a lot of people do have them, so it's good to know that if you're filing your taxes, they just have to have one of those, and that is able to push their deadline a little further.
It does, but you also, Carrie, have all the benefits from having self-employed job. Like there's a lot of write-offs, like home office and possibly car, entertainment expenses, cell phone. There's just so many things, it's based on a lot of that, the percentage of a certain list of expenses based on, how much of your house you use for that business. So, man, if you live in a 2,000 square foot house, aren't you using 1,900 of it for your business?
Yeah, it's
a little tongue in cheek there, but
a very big office.
But you want to, it's a huge office. Yeah, but it's true. You do get other benefits that you can write off with having that self-employment income.
Yeah, interesting. What if you have an incorporated company? Any difference there?
Big difference. It depends on your year end of your corporation, which probably isn't April 30th for a lot of people. And then you have 6 months. 6 months from the year end of the incorporation, from the corporate deadline, if you will. So say it's June 30th. You're going to have till December 31st to file your taxes for your corporation. So you get a long time to put the documents together, get it before you file. But there is the same sort of idea. You have to pay your tax bill, et cetera, and all these things. So if you're newly incorporated, definitely get some advice from an accountant and your registered financial planner. Get them working together, because your income may straddle 2 different years. And there's lots of benefits and lots of tax planning you can do if you're incorporated. There are huge benefits, but you also have to make sure the cost of incorporating, the legal fees, the accounting fees, et cetera, are worthwhile for you to be incorporated.
Lots of things to consider. Hopefully folks got their tax return in on time, and hopefully have a refund coming their way. That would be the best case scenario. Thanks for that, Peter.
You bet.
Have a great day.
Okay, you bet, Carrie. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Okay, you too.
Peter Sashecki, Everything Financial, joining us this morning.